Okay, guys and girls, how you doing? Welcome to FX Street. I'm in a couple of trades here, or I'm about to be in a couple of trades here. Today I thought we were doing the different seminar. Today I thought we were doing a live trading seminar, so I have to apologize. I have to apologize to you guys because I kind of came into today looking more for a trading opportunity, and I went on to join the webinar, and I found out that the webinar that was scheduled was how long will it take to make money as a trader. So I decided that I'm just going to kind of try to do both here if I can, and we'll talk about both. But right now, I've got a short bias on the euro here, and I've got a long bias on the Swiss franc. And we're just getting a couple of setups here. This trade right here on the Swiss franc kind of triggered already, so I'm just thinking about whether or not I want to take this area on these two trades. So I'm kind of intensely focused here, guys, because I might actually take a trade here. It's what I call a hero trade because we're trading the bottom right-hand corner of a chart for a long, and I don't really like to do these trades. They're not my actual favorite type of trade, so I'm just trying to figure out right now whether or not I want to get in. I got about 10 pips of risk on this trade, potentially to make 35 pips of profit. I think I am going to fire here, to be honest with you. So just going to go ahead and probably fire this bullet here. And just see what happens here. Now I'm going to get my stop on right away on this trade. Just below the lows here. At 91.47, I think. 146, top loss. Top loss 91.46. I'll put it at. Why is this not taking it? Sometimes when I have these WebEx things open, it doesn't work. 146. Okay, so I got my stop on here. I'm not thrilled about this trade. And we'll just have to see how it plays out. I don't know about this euro short here. The euro short hasn't really triggered yet, and the euro's kind of gone parabolically ballistic on me. But I do like the Swiss franc. The Swiss franc has triggered, so I think I'm going to just play the Swiss franc trade. My target on this trade is to go back up to this liquidity level up here at 91.92. It's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Something along this lines up here. So I got a lot of profit possibility on this trade. We'll just have to see how it plays out. And as far as the euro goes, we'll just have to watch it. But yeah, so let's talk about our other topic while we're kind of babysitting this trade. I'm going to just look around the universe and see what else is going on here. Well, GBP found legs. Canadian dollar fell off the face of the earth. So yen got weak. And what about gold? Gold is kind of screwing around. I like this actual gold trade right here too. I'm going to actually take a trade here on gold. I'm a little late on this one, but I'm going to actually take this trade here too. I'm chasing a little bit, but it's okay. I like the gold short here. I've been watching gold for this short here. As you can see, the market on gold came down, rallied, came back down, pretty choppy here. So I like the chop on gold. This chart's a little bit sexier to me than this chart right here. Sometimes I use 1 minute candles. Sometimes I use 1 minute candles. Okay, so getting back to the topics at hand while we're watching these two trades here. The topic at hand, how long will it take to become a successful trader? And the answer to that question is you may never become a successful trader. Sorry. You know me though, guys. I just don't pull any punches and just tell it the way that it is, right? And the truth of the matter is that you may never become a successful trader. The usual learning curve, the usual learning curve for most people goes like this, okay? The usual learning curve for most people is, because I didn't make up slides for this, I'm just kind of going along with it here. The usual learning curve is you learn about trading, you're excited about it. And many people learn about it in various different ways, various different times, okay? And you get excited about it, and you think, wow, this is great. You fall in love with the idea, okay? The idea of what trading could be, right? Wow, I can turn on a computer, I can sit on a beach, and I can trade for a living, right? And that's what the media and the hype and all the vendors tell you, right? This is the idea and the dream that they're trying to sell you, right? I kind of similar this career path to that of being an actor or an actress, okay? The idea is great. You watch the TV, you see all these stars, you think, wow, I cannot wait to be like them. I want all the fame, I want the money, I want the cars, I want the recognition, I want all the good stuff that goes along with this, right? The idea is phenomenally attractive, right? Same with trading. The idea is phenomenally attractive. But if you were standing on a street corner and, you was a busy highway and, somebody said to you, look, sir, you've got the opportunity that you could make it across this highway, and you've only got a 5% chance of doing it and living. You got a 95% chance. I'll talk about gold in a bit. You got a 95% chance of dying. Would you cross the frickin' highway? Of course not. What the heck is the motivator that makes so many people get into this business and believe it's easy and believe it's simple as, crossing a highway and having a 95% chance of surviving, right? It's not. It's the dream on the other end that is very alluring and very tempting, all right? And so for those of you that are crazy enough to take that 95% chance of dying, welcome. Okay, and if you took that 95% chance of dying and you thought you couldn't die, then you got to go see a doctor because, you can die, right? 95% of people die from this, right, or don't make it, right? I've died from it in my health. My health has paid the price of, a 27-year career in this business. And believe me, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't, okay? I wouldn't. I would not do this all over again. I think it'd be easier to become a professional golfer than it would to become a professional trader or whatever. But anyways, for those of you crazy people like me that are sticking around and in love with the dream, let's talk about how long it's going to take, right? Maybe succeed across the cycle. That's a good thing, right? So the usual path is you find out about the career, and you like the idea, and everything is hunky-dory, and Luca, it's funny you mentioned that because I've been having a terrible, absolute horrible December, and January isn't too far behind. And, somebody said to me today, "You're laughing, Steve." And I said, "Yeah, well, if I don't laugh, I'm going to be put in the loony bin pretty soon because I don't know why I do this career. It's months like December and January and, part of February now that makes me go, what the heck?" So anyways, getting back to the learning curve. So you learn about trading, you read some books, you open a demo account, and you try to, you do your best to, make some money. And you do well, and, maybe you open up, you'll open up a real live account, and the next thing you know, you blow it. Okay. Now, anybody that's in this room that's been a trader for a while has done that. Okay, that's normal. This gold trade, I chased it a little bit. The right entry was right about here. I've chased it a little bit, but I'm looking somewhere down around this area down here. I don't know exactly where, but I like it. I didn't take a lot of size on it. Okay. It's okay. I'm not too worried about the trade. If you see my chart, if my chart is green, I'm comfortable taking most longs. If my chart is the salmony color, I'm comfortable taking most shorts. I have to trust my analysis, and that's what these colors are doing. They're reminding me intraday. Okay, so in any event, you go and you open up an account, and you find out that doesn't work too well, and you spend some time doing that. Other people go and they buy courses, and they, take stuff online, and they learn information from that. And, I to this day, most people laugh because, most people don't understand. I still buy courses. If I see something that I think is good, if I see a trader that's looking at the market in a way that I think I can benefit from, I'll go and buy his course. Like when I first came to FX Street, I never heard of Sam before, and so I read some of his stuff, and I went, it's pretty good. Now I didn't actually buy his course, but some of the other educators that are on here, I like what they were saying. They suited my style, and I'll actually even think about buying their material. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's the first thing I want to dispel. A lot of people that are in the education business, they're not bad people. Some of them have really good stuff to share, right? It's just a matter of, is it going to fit your personality, and is it going to be something that you can exploit as a trader, and something that you can use in your own arsenal of tools, okay? So, there's nothing wrong with education. Some of you may go down the road of buying a lot of books. I know I bought every book out there. I think that, I don't know, Jano, I just like the gold trade. I missed a couple of gold trades earlier, and I really like the short all this week. I think it's okay. Let's see, I'm really risking about $2 here. I got in late, but I'm not going to count that. and I got potentially $7 to make here. Probably going to be around 5, right? So I got 2 to 1 on that trade. Okay. Okay, so you go and buy the books, right? Very small, Amit. Very small. You got a 95% chance of getting killed by crossing this road. But anyway, that doesn't mean you should give up. Because if you want something bad enough and you're persistent enough and you're tenacious enough / stupid enough, you can get it. Okay? It's just a matter of being tenaciously stupid. I seriously think that's the only reason why I actually, quote unquote, became a profitable trader, because I'm just tenaciously stupid enough to not give up on things, and I'm like a dog with a bone. I don't give up. If I see something, I just keep at it. And so, what's the learning curve? So the answer to the question is that it's going to be different for everybody. You'll read the books. You'll go ahead. You'll try different things, and all those things are all good. Okay, it's good that you're doing all those things, but at the end of the day, really, you'll find that it really is a matter of screen time. Okay, and I think I read somewhere somebody said 10,000 hours to become an expert at something, right? And I believe that. I believe that you got to put in at least 10,000 hours to become an expert at something, and I think that I'm way past 10,000 hours at trading. I'm close to pushing 20,000 hours or so, probably more, and I still learn every single day, right? So how long will it take for you to become a successful trader? The answer to that question, nobody can really tell you that, and a lot of it really is going to depend on your personality. Okay, and I'm not saying that one personality is better for trading than another personality. I just think that you need to match your personality with your style. Okay, I'm a guy that doesn't like to be wrong too much of the time, and so I find that when I'm wrong, I go a little tilty, and so I find that if I can stick to the larger time frame charts, then I'm less wrong, because the larger time frame charts I find are a little bit more reliable than the shorter time frame charts. Okay, I find that if I trade the 5-minute charts too much, then I find that I personally will have more mistakes, more errors, and then I get a little bit spewy, and I end up giving back a lot of money that I otherwise would have made. All right. So as you can see here, I'm looking at this 1-hour gold chart here, and I see the market came up here to this level up here, and now I see this big area in here. It looks like it's going to just screw around in here. The 1-hour Swiss franc here, I see that we're in the exact same scenario. We went and got this liquidity down here, and now it looks like we're going to screw around in here, and my guess is we're going to be back up here, just like I see this 1-hour gold trade coming back down here. The euro, which I'm been kind of chasing today, again, it's not nearly as pretty. It did this bullshit. Oops, sorry. It did this nonsense here. I apologize. No swearing. Nonsense here. Came up here. I thought this was going to be a top here, and we were going to come back down. And I did have a short on from somewhere in here, and I thought for sure the euro was going to come back down. My daily on the euro, I'm looking at this level down here on the euro. Sometime this week, I was thinking. Now I'm not so sure. It depends on how this candle today ends up doing. If we can't get down today, if this candle can't get back down below 34.07 by the close, then I don't know what I'm going to think of right now. I'm going to have to give up on any euro shorts, but that's kind of my outlook. Okay, so getting back to, let's get the gold here. GBP, I don't have a clue what GBP is going to do. Getting back to how long will it take for you to become profitable? The answer to that question is, like I said, it's going to be really highly dependent upon your ability to mesh your personality with the way and style that you trade. Okay? Let's get, oh, I've got Swiss franc here, sorry. Your ability to mesh your personality with the style that you're trading, okay? And then it's going to depend on your ability to, to learn from your mistakes. All right. That's probably if my biggest problem. To be 100% honest with you, I don't learn from my mistakes very well. If I learned from my mistakes, I probably would have given up trading, 15 years ago. But but you've got to kind of learn from your mistakes, and then kind of figure out how to fix yourself from making those mistakes in the future. All right. So just we're at a key level here with this Swiss franc and gold. I really don't like that euro chart, and I really don't like that. Okay, any questions while I'm sitting here babysitting these trades? I noticed some questions earlier. Let me just go up and scroll up here. Boyke asked me, what did I do differently when I did things well? Here's the thing, guys, okay? Here's the thing. I use the analogy of a actor or an actress, but that's kind of not really the best analogy. I think that the best analogy for traders is a professional athlete. Okay. Euro Japanese yen. Okay, I'll take a look at that. I don't follow the euro yen. I'll put it up here for you. Somebody was asking me about that this week too. I forget who it was. Somebody messaged me. Euro Japanese yen. Okay. Euro yen. Okay, I think somebody messaged me and asked me what I thought about the yen. Obviously, this is ballistic, right? You don't want to take any shorts on it here, but you also we're starting to see some signs of weakness in it here. Now, can it go higher? Yeah, absolutely it can. But I would say that you don't want to take any shorts on it, and where do you get long on it is the problem. Okay? Problem is, where the heck do you get long on this thing, right? And that's a big, big, big problem. I don't know where you get long on it, because you can see here we haven't taken out any lower lows or liquidity levels at all, and then we just went. This is what we call a parabolic move. Okay? And so how do you get long on it? I don't know. I think this is, somebody asked me earlier this week, and I said the euro yen has about a 40% chance of going lower, a 30% chance, in my view, a 30% chance of going sideways, and a 30% chance of going higher. That's my personal opinion on it right now. Sure, I can take a look at the 4-hour chart. I don't usually like the 4-hour charts, but I'll look at them for you. Okay, well, the 4-hour chart's pretty simple. Got liquidity down here, and the market is bouncing. Now, the real question will be, can we go higher? Because if we fail to go higher, then we will get this liquidity down here. Okay? So, judging from a 4-hour basis, I would want to be a buyer, obviously. The question is where and when, and I wouldn't want to sell it. Okay? If you're selling this thing, take a hammer and hit yourself in the head. You should not be selling this thing at all. Okay? Looking at a 1-hour chart of it, just a little messy in here. But yeah, like I said, my analysis of this would be, like I said, 40% higher, 30% sideways, and 30% down. And the problem is that this is really hard to exploit because, there's no way. How do you get in? All right. Okay. So what was I talking about? Going back to being a professional athlete. I think that being a professional athlete, can you say to yourself, when will I become a professional athlete? Well, every day we get up, and we are forced with a situation where we have to perform. Okay? And so much of what you do is going to be based upon how you're feeling that day, how you're doing that day, right? And all it takes is a bad week or a bad month or some personal problems, and you can be the greatest trader in the world, but it isn't going to make a difference because that bad week or that bad month or that bad period that you're going through is going to spank you, right? And, so all of a sudden, now you've had 2 or 3 years, and this has happened to me. You've had 2 or 3 years where you've been running really well, you've been making a living, and, all of a sudden, something happens, life happens, somebody gets cancer, God forbid, you get divorced. I've been through 3 of those now. And you can have a bad year right after that. Okay? So the real answer to the question, how long does it take before you're going to be a successful trader, is there is no answer. Okay? And so some people, they try to answer that question by quantifying things. I sure hope so, Boyke. I'm getting so tired of divorces. I really am getting tired of divorces. I told you I don't learn from my mistakes. But so the real answer is, you're never gonna. How long is it gonna take? You're never gonna get there. Okay, because like I said, you're just gonna always be fighting the life. Okay, and you're always going to be fighting the market. And, you're going to, you can automate things. That's what some people try to do, but that doesn't work either. Trust me. It works for a little while, but it doesn't work forever. So the question is that there's the bad news. The good news is that it's a lot of fun, and you can really have a very interesting and fascinating life if you take on this endeavor. But I really think it's important that you take the endeavor on without the gloss and lipstick and glamour. Okay? Yeah, and confidence will come, Leonardo. Confidence will come and go, right? It will come and go with time. Somebody asked me here. question. In your Swiss franc long entry, is the smart... Oh, I better put that back up, eh? You see how confident I am in my trades? I don't even need to look at it. I don't care. I know if my chart is green, it's a safe trade. So my Swiss franc trade... Swiss franc trade. Is it smart to split your entry in two positions and then take profit, then price hit first, or let the other walk? You know, Pandora. By the way, Pandora, thank you very much. Thank you for that nice compliment. Somebody sent me a link. I guess one of my videos was nominated for something or other. I don't know what, but best video of the year or something like that. And Pandora, you wrote a very nice, somebody sent me a thing that Pandora wrote a very nice comment about me, and I appreciate that. Thank you. So, hold on a second. Is it smart to split it up? You know, I got to be honest with you. I had a bad habit. One of the guys that I learned from early in my career was a trader that liked to do just that. He liked to take profit off the table when profit was on the table. Okay, and I have since come to the belief that it's better than entering big and scaling out. In my personal opinion, if your personality can handle it, it's much better to enter small and scale in to a trade as trade move into your favor. Okay? As a trade moves into your favor, it's my opinion, it's much better to scale into that trade as the trade becomes a winner than scale out. Now, that being said, you know, I personally enter with large size, and then I scale out personally. But I don't think what I do is probably the best way to do it. I just know I've known so many traders that the ones I've known that got really, really rich, because I'm a grinder, right? I just grind away, try to make my income every month. I'm not a get-rich trader. Somebody else made a question. So are you rich or not? No, Luca, I am not rich. I am not a rich man at all. And my ex-wives are very, very well, but I'm not. I just grind away. I just do my thing each and every day. Try to find opportunities. Grind away. Look for those opportunities, and then you know, that's what I definitely need. And then I look for opportunities to make my month and to pay my bills at the end of the month, and then I pay myself at the end of the month. I never reinvest anything. Whatever profits I have at the end of the month, I take them out of the markets. That's just the way I've done it all my career, and I've never used compounding, and I've never I always have just always paid myself every month. Okay. So to answer your question, Pandora, there's no good answer for that except for you kind of have to use a bit of a feel here. I'm really kind of upset here because the euro here is put in a buy area, a buy trade here. It's a little buy signal here on the euro. I'm worrying about that because if the euro goes long and this area here gets triggered, we could very easily make a new high on the euro, which would mean my Swiss franc trade isn't going to work. Okay. Do you trade different asset classes? Lowell, I've traded everything. Most of my career I traded equities, but I do trade the indexes as well. If it moves, I'll trade it. If I can get enough historical data on it, I'll trade it. I just switched over to Forex. I actually trade the currency. I actually trade the futures markets. I don't actually trade. For clients, I trade on the Forex platform. For myself, I actually trade the futures platform. Okay. Steve, do you trade? Okay. Does your charts change green or Chuck? No, I have to actually do that at the end of every day or at the end of every week. They can be green or blue depending on what I figure out at the end of every day. Fernando, because I'm stupid, I just learned to pay myself. I took this when you trade as a trader, unless you have a very large bank account, it's hard to let it grow to start off. I'm just a street kid. I didn't have a lot of money when I started. And so for me, it was a job, and I look at it as a job, and I think you got to pay yourself thing, right? That's okay. Boyke's a fun guy. I don't mind Boyke making fun of me. Lowell, right now, for my clients, obviously, Forex, but I personally make my income from futures right now. I'm trading the currencies on futures, the currency futures, okay? Okay. But I'll trade anything. Yeah. I like Boyke's sense of humor. I'm half Irish, so I get that dry sense of humor. Joan, I don't even know that anymore. Right now, I'm kind of messing around. Joan asked me what services my company offers. Right now, I've got my hands in all kinds of pies. I'm trying to personally get away from day trading and move into money management, but it's a very hard thing to do. Boyke, I'm a Scorpio. It's a very hard thing to do. So right now I'm fooling around with a bunch of different things. I'm working with a prop firm right now where I have a quant algorithm that's trading the market. I'm also looking at managing money, but be honest with you, most people that want me to manage money don't have enough. So for me to make a living, where I'm making my $250,000 a year that I've become accustomed to, I have to have a large enough account to trade. So a lot of people ask me to manage money, but I can't really do it with small accounts because it's not worth my time. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, buddy. So the only service that I offer right now that you could count on is private mentoring. I enjoy that. I have 11 students. All of them are at various stages of learning. 8 of them are full-time traders. 3 of them are on their way. 4 of them are at various stages of learning right now. So the only service that I offer right now, Joan, is private mentoring. And I will do money management, but it's got to be large. It's got to be large enough. And to be quite honest with you, I just haven't found anybody that's willing to give me enough money for me to put all of my focus and attention on. And at the end of the day, that's the other hard thing that you're going to be faced with as a trader. Where do you put your attention? Like there's only going to be one of you, so you have to make a commitment, and you have to get committed. My charm only gets me places with women, Luca, and then it always gets me the wrong women. I do well with women. Don't get me wrong. I love women. I absolutely adore women. I have the knack of always picking the wrong ones. Go figure. But in any event, so you gotta decide where you're gonna put your time. Okay, so if you're going to become a trader, like if you're young in your career and you're thinking about becoming a trader, then really take that into consideration. You know, I mean, I got stuck as a day trader. I got trapped, basically having to live off of my income every month. So it was really hard for me to do anything but that and break free of that, especially when you have mortgage payments and cottages and, you know, kids going to university and the wife wants a new pool, and, you know, you got to make these decisions early in your trading career, okay? Pandora asks, example, if I have been buying position up euro, now in 2 short positions, plus 7 pips out to secure position 2. Position 2 is a free ride. Reason is euros is still in long modus. I'm not sure I understand that question, Pandora. You know, I like free rides, right? Joel, listen, if my son, I don't have a biological son, but if somebody I cared about very, very much came to me and said to me they want to make a living as a trader, I would do everything in my power to tell them not to do it. Unless there were special circumstances around that. Okay? If they had other choices, I would tell them not to make a living as a trader. Okay? It's one of the hardest things that you're ever going to do in your life. You know, one needs a lot of things, okay? It's a hard career, guys. Okay. Once again, we all know the We all know the stats. Only 95% of you are going to not make it. Only 5% of you are going to make it. Yeah, it's nothing is easy. I'm not being negative. I'm not being a doubting Thomas or anything like that. Obviously I did it. Obviously my students are doing it. I believe in it enough to teach it to people and charge them money to teach them how to do it, right? So I do believe in it enough, but I just think it's really important that you go in with your eyes open and you understand that there's a road and it's a journey. With no real destination at the end of it. Okay, there's going to be times when you have good years, good months, and there are going to be times when you have bad years and bad months too, right? So I guess I'm just saying, just, you know, keep that in mind, right? Exactly. You have to try, right? You have to try. Chuck, I don't have more than a $50,000 account at any given point in time. That's all I ever keep in the market is $50,000. Yes, Boyke, I do need a holiday. I was actually looking at Panama City the other day as a possible holiday. So yeah, $50,000 is a good bankroll to make a decent living, in my opinion, once you get there. Sure, Colin. If there's fun stuff to do there, I'll be glad to come to Portugal. I've heard the weather there is absolutely beautiful. Really, Joan? Panama's good, right? Ahmed, that's not true. I have lots of friends that are traders that make a living from it. You know. I'm not saying give up on trading at all. I'm just saying go in with a realistic attitude. You know, go in with the attitude that you're going to do your best and, you know, make the most. That's what I was thinking, Boyke. I heard a lot of good things about the women in Panama. They're very family-oriented. I'm getting really tired of these North American women. Nothing against North American women. I'm just kidding you. But like I said, all women are the same. Just go into it with the attitude that you're going to make the most. That's a great way to do it, Jonas. Jonas says, does it sound reasonable for you to start trading with 10K account, having a full-time job? Yes, I like that idea. Okay, I really like the idea of having another income coming in while you're learning the trade. If you guys can do that, that's absolutely great. Okay, that's absolutely great. But I think those of you who come into this field who are retired and are thinking, well, I'm going to do this in my retirement, man. I see those people all the time, and those are the ones that I have the hardest time training. The two people that I have right now that are struggling are in that situation. One guy, okay, he's kind of even quit right now on me because he's retired, and he's a very smart man, very smart businessman, and he's not ready to accept the reality of the fact that you have to put the screen time in. That's why I train people the way that I do. I train people by letting them watch me for months and months and months at a time. Right? Some people say, well, you charge so much money for your training. Well, I have no choice because I don't think that you can do it on your own without losing a lot more. So I think you got to sit and watch somebody, like being a doctor or a lawyer. I think you got to sit and watch somebody over and over and over and over again for months at a time before really the little nuances sink in, right? So that's why I'm kind of playing around with opening up a room where I can charge people less money and just have more people, and they can still have access to watching me trade every day. That's what I'm thinking, right? Yes. So, Joan, the answer to the question is my best students are the young ones. My best clients that I find are the ones that are young, that have a little bit of money, that have the right attitude, and that have the energy to do this. I'm a little worried about this. We just got a tiny little bit of liquidity here on the Swiss franc, and now we're rejecting this area. Not good. Not good. Where's my 2-to-1 on this? I've got 8 pips of risk, and I've got... Damn, I came really I got close to my 2-to-1 on this. I'm actually supposed to exit this trade right here on the Swiss franc, and I'm going to do it, I think. I close this order. I'm just going to take profits there. And see what my gold is doing. I got 2-to-1 on that Swiss franc. Gold is still screwing around here. The signal was I got 2-to-1. I got 2-to-1. I was risking 8 pips technically, and it got 14 almost. It got 14 and a half pips, so it came close. This liquidity area right here, I knew was going to be a problem. So it was a marginal trade that I still think we could get back up to this trade here, but I just don't like what everything else is doing right now. I don't like what the euro is doing right now. I don't like the euro holding up in this area. 2-to-1 was a tiny bit higher, but I had $1,000 profit, so I took it. Okay. Okay, if there's no more questions, hopefully I haven't scared you all away from trading. Because if you're tenacious and you want anything in life, you can get it. Okay? And I'm not saying give up at all. I'm saying just please try to understand that this is a long journey, people. Okay? One that you never really arrive at. And, just keep that in mind each and every day, and you'll have a good career. Okay? You'll have a good career. Just keep it in mind that you're never really getting there. You're always getting there, and have fun with it, and pay yourself. Pay yourself. When you make money, pay yourself. Hopefully my gold trade will work out here. Oh, damn. I got to get out of this thing. I don't have a stop loss on. I let it get away from me. Okay, guys. I got to get out of this gold thing. There. I just lost the $1,000 that I made. Bye-bye. Not yet. Almost. So that was a big wash. Made $1,000 on the franc, and now I'm going to lose $1,000 on this puppy. I do, Luca. I use a hard stop loss in my head. I'll check that BNB out. Thank you, Colin. I'll definitely check that out. Okay, guys. I'll be out of this gold trade. If it makes any new high, I'm getting out of this gold trade. If not, have a great day. Thank you for attending, and I'll see you guys at my next webinar. Bye-bye.